What's up, guys? Cody Marchant, HeinzZeke.com, coming at you with a Week 13 Thursday Night Football Showdown Slate. We got New Orleans, the Red Hot Saints, taking on Dallas in Jerry World. This is actually a pretty good one, guys. They both get a full week rest, unlike normal Thursday night games where they're playing on either coming off a bye or they're coming off of like 3 to 4 days rest. Now we got two teams fully rested. It's like a normal week for them. They played on Thursday. They're playing again on Thursday. Both played on Thanksgiving. And we got two teams that actually can play. They have some pretty fantasy viable players. We got Alvin Kamara on this slate, Zeke Elliott, Michael Thomas, Amari Cooper, Mark Ingram, Drew Brees. Like, we have some studs. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't see a ton of value real quick. Like, I haven't even looked at the lineup, but when I see at the very bottom of the page, the first thing, like, I can't see below Mike White. I don't know who Mike White is. That's never a good thing. So I haven't seen it. I don't know exactly what the value is. We're going to go through this together. I love doing Thursday night videos. When there's a one-game slate like this, guys, it's always important to remember what do you think is going to happen in the game, because that's really going to determine what type of lineup you want to build. Do you think it's going to be a blowout by the Saints? They get up quick and pummel. You think they get up quick and kind of slow it down? You think it's close the whole time? You think the Saints lose? And how do they lose? You know what I mean? It's not like as black and white as, do you think the Saints are going to win or do you think they're going to lose? You know, you got to talk about how they get to the final score, what happens each quarter, what happens right before halftime. Like, there's so much that goes into it. You know, you actually got to put some time into these things. And, you know, that's how you got to do it. You can't just be like, oh, well, I think Drew Brees is going to throw 3 touchdown passes. All right, well, how's he going to get there? Who's going to get there? Is it going to be one of those things where they're riding the running backs there and he gets those, you know, the short ones? Is it something where he drives down there, like, throws a bunch of yards? Like, they put up 6 touchdowns total. He has 3 passing. They run in 3, but he was driving them down there. It's a lot goes into it, guys. And as always, what we like to do is talk about the very top guys first, and then the very bottom guys. Like, is anybody relevant down here? We'll just swim out. There's probably no tight ends over here. I don't really like touching the tight end on New Orleans. I'm not a huge fan of Ben Watson. My guy Austin Carr, before I get into it, is interesting. You know, a couple targets, but he's put up pretty fantasy relevant days for an 800 receiver that doesn't even have a picture. So let's get right into it, guys. At the top of the list, obviously, we have Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas is a little bit more of a tough matchup than Alvin Kamara, but I don't think it matters really that much. Kamara, I would say, is probably a higher projected player on any given day. He's averaging 25.7 per game. Michael Thomas averaging 22.6. So not only on the season, but I think that Kamara has probably a safer floor and a higher ceiling. I know last week they both probably hit their floors, with Mike Thomas only getting 7.5 points, Kamara getting 10.8. You know, so maybe it's a week where we want quarterbacks. Do we want to have 2 quarterbacks in the lineup? Do we want to have neither of the quarterbacks? Do we want to have only their playmakers? Do we want to have the running backs? Do we want to have the receivers? Do we want to have the defenses? Do we want to have the kickers? Like, there's a lot to go into these showdown slates, guys, so let's get right into it. I'm not sold on anybody in captain yet, so let's start with flex. Let's start to get some value and see what we can get up to for our captain after. Rod Smith, Taysom Hill. Does Taysom Hill do anything? No, he does nothing. But that's kind of a cool play. You get Taysom Hill in there. You get a quarterback for $1,600. Quarterback. Defense. You probably don't want to be playing the Cowboys defense against the Saints. Kirkwood's interesting. 3 targets, 5 targets, 2 targets. This is something I want to kind of monitor Traquan. Let's see what's up with Traquan's health. Smith. Okay, so he practiced, so most likely Traquan's in there, so I don't think that we have to get Kirkwood in there. At 2,400, still interesting, though. Ben Watson, you know, he's just been so inconsistent. At 2,600, I'd rather have Kirkwood. Allen Hurns doesn't do too much. 3,200 for the kicker that's getting 9 points. And Will Lutz at 3,600. Will Lutz being the best kicker in the league right now for fantasy. I think. I don't really pay attention too much to kickers, but 11.1. It's got to be close. What else do we like? I love Cole Beasley in this matchup at 4K. I'm going to get him in. What happened? Wow. Something wants me to have Will Lutz in there, guys. I did not even do that. It just double-clicked, put both of them in there. I'm going to have to leave it for now because I don't want to mess with that superstition right there. So let me just leave it there for a second. Maybe it opens up something cool that I wasn't even going to see before. Michael Gallup in a great matchup. He's getting some targets. Very inefficient. They're not the best targets. I feel like every time he gets the ball thrown to him, it's like 15 feet over his head out of bounds. But at 44, it's one of those in-between prices where he's not super cheap and he's not like guaranteed any type of workload. So you don't really get that relief if he doesn't play. Traquan's interesting at 6,800. You know, he's obviously can do this, but he can also do this. So he's so up and down, 29, 7, 4, 34. He won me a showdown slate before when Drew Brees broke the passing down record. He was my captain, and he had, what did he have in that game against Washington? 29.1 points. He had like 45 as the captain, so he won me a slate. So I got a lot of respect for my boy Traquan. Mark Ingram for 7,600. That's very enticing, but I think I see one I like even better than that, just above it. Amari Cooper. He's been a lot better as a Cowboy than as a Raider. Like, we got to give him that. Targets have been super efficient. He showed his big play ability, 180 for 2, took 190 yards to the house. 8,200. This is kind of something that we kind of got to look at for captain. I'm probably not going to go there. I'm probably going to just take him as a flex play because now we're up all the way up to 11.4 for our average remaining. We can go Mark Ingram. We can go Dak, Drew Brees, Zeke, Michael Thomas, Kamara. So this is where we really want to start breaking down what we think is going to happen in the game. Do we want to have Zeke? Do we want to have Kamara? Do we want to have Michael Thomas? I want to have one of them. I don't think I can have two of them. So this is really the decision point of the lineup. You know, I already have two of the big playmakers for the Cowboys in the receiving game. Do I want to just give up on the run game and say that the Saints shut that down, but it's Zeke, so I don't know if that's really plausible. I think I want to go Kamara. And I think I want to go Dak in the captain spot, which sounds kind of crazy, guys. And it sucks. I don't get anything that I want behind that. Let me see if I do this. What do I get? I get nothing again. Alright, so it's basically I have to get Mark Ingram and then whoever I want here. No, I don't, because I want Kamara. Here, let me do this. Let me go Kamara and captain, Dak down here. Traquan? Michael Gallup? No. Kaker? No. Kirkwood? No. Maybe. Kirkwood? Kirkwood brings us up off of Lutz to anything decent? No, just Ingram. So we'll go back to Lutz. Does that bring me up off? I can go from Dak to... Here, let me check this. Nope. Keep Beasley, because I like Beasley a lot. I can go from Dak to Drew Brees, and having the opportunity to have both, and me actively choosing Dak Prescott over Drew Brees makes me sick. Like, I can't leave it like that. But I love, for some reason, this is like, I love this lineup for tournaments, because you better win this lineup by yourself. Leaving 5,100 on the table, have the highest raw projected player in your captain spot, but then you got the two Cowboy receivers with Dak, and Keith Kirkwood and Will Lutz. So what we're playing on, this is what we think happens, guys. We think the Saints win in their head comfortably during the game, but they still have to put the pressure on. So they're up by like a touchdown or 10 points. It's like 20-10, 20-13 most of the game at the beginning, like first half. They're both scoring at the beginning. We think that Kamara's making plays on the ground. We think Kamara's making plays in the air. We think that, you know, the Cowboys learn sooner rather than later that they're not going to be able to slow the game down enough to put the game on the ground and just hand it to Zeke a bunch of times. So we think that Dak's going to have a big game hooking up with Cooper and Beasley. We think that Keith Kirkwood is just going to hit a home run at one time. He's going to have 12 points, and that's going to be enough. You know, this is one of those lineup that is so sick that I love it. When I really don't see anybody else having this lineup unless you guys watch the video and you're like, damn, Cody, you're a liar, because I'm going to have that lineup too. So that way, yeah, you're right. I won't be the only one having this lineup. All right. I got to remember this lineup because I got to play this after I show you another one. Kamara, Beasley, Lutz, Cooper, Dak, Kirkwood. 5,100 remaining. I'm never going to remember that. We'll see what we do after we clear that, and we go another route. We want to go with Dak. Nope, Dak up here. We want Dak, Michael Thomas, Zeke. I don't want Zeke. Drew Brees, Mark Ingram, because this lineup apparently thinks that it's a Mark Ingram game, not a Kamara game. Then we go Kirkwood and Beasley. Kirkwood and Beasley. Looks good. Apparently we love Keith Kirkwood, even though we didn't think we liked him. We love Keith Kirkwood in this. So basically, the first lineup was kind of gross. This one's a little bit safer because you got Dak, Drew Brees, Mark Ingram, Michael Thomas, and Beasley. So basically, instead of having Kamara, we have Ingram. Instead of having Cooper, we have Michael Thomas. Like, this lineup makes way more sense. And I know that you guys might be kind of freaked out about Dak and Captain, but I like the matchup. I like him playing at home, and he's been playing better lately. I see the 14 points too, guys, but 21.7, 27.3, and you got to kind of be different on these showdown slates. You can't just go chalk. You know, you're trying to win. You're trying to win it by yourself. And the other thing about this is I don't play these single game showdown slates as like my money makers. These are like, I'm having fun. I hope you guys are having fun watching these videos, building these lineups with me. Real quick, we got to back up here. We got to go try to remember that other lineup because I want to play that gross lineup. It had this. We had some of this. We had some of Amari Cooper. We had some Cole Beasley. We had Will Lutz. And we had Keith Kirkwood. Let's get it, guys. I will take all your congratulatory tweets at Hide and Zeke when I win the #1 spot tomorrow, Thursday night with this lineup, and let you know that this is the grossest win I've ever had in my life. I appreciate you guys watching this far if you did. We're just having fun with the Thursday night lineups. If you like this video, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you again tomorrow when I post my wide receiver and running back favorite values for the week 13. Good luck, guys, and enjoy the week.